What up, smokers and smokettes? Thank you for those. And we are back with the All Def Con 420. I am your host, the High Chief Will Pharaoh. Thank y'all so much for being here on YouTube, IG Live, Facebook, and Hopin. If you are on Hopin, you got access to a whole bunch of stuff, you know, some people ain't got. You got access to the exclusive All Def Con 420 merch. You got other merch like the Wake and Bake, a coup. You can check out the networking tab. So any of you like cannabis growers or cannabis activists, y'all can get together right now and be able to talk and get y'all stuff going. And so right now, we're into our next segment in the con is Behind the Herb. This is a new series that we're going to be having coming out to All Def Cannabis YouTube channel. Y'all should be subscribing to the All Def Cannabis YouTube channel if you haven't already, because we got some dope stuff coming your way. So Behind the Herb, we always like to kind of spotlight the people who are behind the green, who are helping us with medicine, who's helping us being able to cope during these times of the COVID-19, those people that need those spotlights. And I have the pleasure of having one of those people here. He is the creator and the CEO of G5 Cultivations. He is very much a big staple in the weed community, behind the herb and the growing and the cultivation of these things. So I would like to introduce y'all to Larry Smith. Larry Smith, thank you so much for coming on here with us today.
What up, man? What up, fam? Thank you so much for having us. Shout out to All Def, man. This is a big platform for us at G5, man. We really, truly are humbled and appreciate y'all having us for the day, man. It's a big day for us, especially here in Vegas.
Oh, yes, man. Thank you for being on here with us, bro. So, for those that don't know, man, if you could just give us a little bit on G5 Cultivation, you know, like, how did it start? You know, what made you want to get into this, and just like, what is y'all mission with everything that y'all trying to do over there?
So, G5 started. An associate of mine called me up and was like, "Yo, I was actually in New York. I was with Jack Driller, and I was in New York. I was trying to fit some. I was trying to pitch some boxing stuff to 50 Cent. He called me. He's like, "Yo, they finna start the medical marijuana program at home." And I was like, "Yo, what you calling me for? Like, go handle your business." Like, I didn't want no parts of it because, you know, the federal, you know, back then, 2014, you know, the scary part was still being federally illegal. So I was like, you know what? You know, I always want to listen and understand what's coming. So I knew cannabis is big, obviously, in our culture. So I was like, let me get back home. So I got back home, went and talked to my, I have advisors, like attorneys and whatnot. And one of the attorneys was like, "Yo, I'm thinking about putting a license in." So this dude is a really smart guy. I thought, you know what? If he's doing it, there's something to it. So at that point, I started taking trips up to the Bay Area. I wanted to meet people. I wanted to see what was the real culture about. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to meet people about medicine because I didn't want it to just be about the financial side. Everyone was talking about the financial side. But for me, I want to move with a passion. I wanted to move with like some real integrity. I wanted it to mean something. And I started meeting people, man, with HIV, with cancer, and what I got out of that was because my grandmother died from cancer, and she suffered a little bit. And so I was like, you know what? I don't want nobody to ever go through that. So I started meeting these people who like really took it as though it was real medicine. It wasn't like, yo, let's go get high. They were like people that were really, really like, yo, I need this to help my anxiety, or I got cancer, breast cancer. I met a lady and she was like, I can't eat, but when I smoke the cannabis, I eat. You know, it's helping me. And then she told me, you know, my quality of life was a lot better. You know, when I couldn't smoke the cannabis, you know, it was horrible. When I smoked, it was better. So you know what? Those type of things. And then I just made the decision after about 3 months of just going back and forth, really diving into it and learning getting the ins and outs. I'm gonna go ahead and take a shot. And you know, especially when you go into those meetings, and it's no disrespect to my Caucasian friends, but when you walk into those meetings in the county, in the city and whatnot, and there's a room full of Caucasians and there's no brothers in the room. You know what I'm saying? And if the brother was in the room, he was tied to one of them. So it was like, okay, damn, we don't have no representation here at all. So that was really like the driving factor for me to say, nah, fuck this. I'm gonna go ahead and get in the game and make sure that I'm a part of this, and I represent our people the right way, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, man, and that you did bring up a very good point about that. That was something I learned, being a person from a native from Texas. Yeah, I've always been into smoking weed from the recreational side, and didn't really know too much about the full medical side about it. At one point, I did kind of believe that was just just say so you could smoke. I didn't know there was a whole thing behind it. Not only that, but there were lifestyles to it and different lifestyles to it. So, I spent 3 years in Sacramento before I moved to Los Angeles. So I got to learn about the weed culture there in the Bay, there up in like Humboldt County. So like even to learn from the farmers aspect of how they have to live like, which is completely crazy.
Right.
Farmers have the craziest stories I've heard in growing cannabis. And it's different from, Northern California and Southern California. Like their lifestyles are completely different. And so that kind of brings me to my next question. I know that you're located in Vegas, like your home staple is Vegas. And I know that, but you do have reach outside and all the other places that are legally being able to allow cannabis. What made you choose to make Vegas your hub for G5? Let's see. Hold on, we're having some.
Okay, there it is. So I'm born and raised in Vegas, and I left for 2 years ago, play college basketball. Don't let the belly fool you, man. I got a jumper from hell, man.
Man, I said the same thing. Don't let the guys fool you. I beat you in the foot race, and I stand behind it.
You know what I'm saying? So I was born here, man, raised here, and I went away from college for a couple of years, came back, and this is my home, man. This is where I reside. It's where I love. We go out to Cali a lot. It's our second home, and but Vegas is our home, man. And in Vegas, I knew that Vegas, even if I wasn't from Vegas, I'm gonna be honest with you, I knew I was gonna try to at least get in the Vegas market because we have so much tourism, right? The tourism. I think we have last year we had over 50 million people come visit Las Vegas. So, and the sad part about it is they were buying cannabis left and right, and we still, that number wasn't even tapped in because in Vegas we don't have lounges yet. So it's really tough. The hotels make it tough for them to smoke. So we're just waiting for the lounges. And obviously, when this COVID-19 shit hit, we thought it was going to kind of crash a little bit. But to be honest with you, man, the locals, they puffing, man. They're home puffing, man.
It's still going strong.
Man, listen, brother. Listen, the lines are through the drive-throughs, the delivery services. It's popping in Vegas. And it just lets me know that when people do get to come back to Vegas, they're going to turn up and party and have a good time, and we're going to be fully prepared for them. So Vegas, that was my thing for me. Like, Cali is so saturated. There's so many people in Cali. It's tough, but it's still doable. But for us, that's why we're trying to build a brand so we can be able to go to Cali. And shout out to my brother Paul Pierce, Shannon, Western Green Mamba, Brandon. They're in LA too. So that's what we're going to end up migrating to as well to get G5 up in LA as well.
All right. Yeah, I can't say I've bought cannabis in Vegas. Now, and I'll keep it honest. At that time, I used to not like it because I was like, y'all expensive as fuck. But I was cheap back then. I didn't.
Well, listen, we got two problems. We got two problems in Vegas. Number one, it's a drier climate, right? And of course, we compete with the almighty North Humboldt County, California. So when people come like, man, Vegas, but a guy from Idaho doesn't know that Cali experience. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have that Cali experience, right? And then the advantage that I feel personally, and this ain't no knock on no Cali growers, because there's a lot of great Cali growers. But in Vegas, we're so regulated. I feel like California is the wild, wild west, fam. I feel like when I cross over to California, I got to have my cowboy boots on with my pistols, and like, it's wild, wild west. In Vegas, our cannabis is, we're really strict. They put you on blast. If something wrong with your shit, you getting put on blast testing-wise. You got microbials, or you got feces on your shit, on your cannabis. they putting you on blast. They don't give a fuck. They put a press release out there and says, yo, G5, luckily for us, we ain't had nothing wrong, but we've seen other people, they put them out there, microbials, mold, and that's what you don't have in Cali, right? So like Cali, the testing is, some people are getting tested, some people aren't. We can't use pesticides here. So it's really different here for us. And that's the one thing I can say is that when you do come here, you're getting real clean medicine for sure. Because our state's not playing that shit. Sure they're not playing. They taking your license if you continuously fucking up on the cannabis, because they don't want people to come to Vegas and get sick and then interfere with their other money as well.
Yeah, no, I can attest to that. I will say the one thing that I did like about Vegas, again, I was still being cheap back then, but what I liked was it seemed like y'all were established already. Yeah, and it was like, and back, I think that was like maybe 2 or 3 years ago when I went, and it really even still wasn't established back then, but it looked like this had been there for like maybe 5 or 10 years, because when you walked in there, everything was clean. It was such an experience to go in, because I went into like 3 dispensaries while I was staying down there. Yeah. Everything was like a different experience, but it felt like y'all had been established here for so long, and I didn't really realize how strong y'all weed was, because there's nothing different than being royally high in a hotel casino. I forgot. Right. So like I played like 3 slots. I didn't even know I was playing. Like I just put quarters in and walked off.
Right.
And was like, I'm sure I was sitting right here when I was smoking.
And it's funny because the casinos will act like they don't want, like, no, we don't want it on the premises, but yet and still they continue to make money off of it, right? So you go check in your room and it's a $250 smoking fine, right? So that money goes straight to their bottom line. So I got a friend who worked at Caesars, and he was like, yo, we love it. We won't never publicly say it, but we love it. He says people get fucked up, they get high, and they go downstairs and they eat. He goes, they play the machines. He says, but the good part about it is they never leave the property. So they love the fact that motherfuckers get high and they stay on the property. They don't want you going to other properties. They want you to keep the money right there. So what you're saying is all facts. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Because I did not leave. I was like, yo, I literally, what came out my mouth, everything's here. Why do I have to go anywhere?
Mm-hmm. Everything, depending on where you stay, you got movies, they make it to where you don't want to go nowhere. They want you to keep that money down.
That's what Vegas is.
And you'll see when this opens up, you'll see that these rooms are going to be dirt cheap. They're going to make the flights dirt cheap so people can kind of get back to their normal life and come and party and have a good time. The parties are going to be way turned up when they come back. I just keep envisioning when the city do come back, it's going to be like this, because it's a ghost town right now on the Strip.
So I'll ask that then. So with this whole COVID-19, like once the gates are finally back open and we can get back to some, kind of normalcy, what is your vision for G5 once that starts? How are y'all going to be approaching things from y'all side?
So as far as COVID-19, this is nothing for us, because as a grower, if you come to my facility, man, we mask up. You would think we was in a hospital. Like, we're masked up, man. But we do that every day. Like that. This is nothing new for us. We got our suits on. We got our masks. We hands. We wash. We want it to be really, really clean for the for the patients, and for the people who choose to use G5. Moving forward, though, what we've been doing is, as a business, I've been consulting with a lot of other people outside of Vegas. We got a grow in Chicago that's about to go live, and we'll be assisting in them with the grow. But I've been helping brothers try to get their licenses in other places, because what Vegas did was, Vegas was so strict. A lot of these other people are coming. Coming to Vegas, other counties and cities, and they're taking the rules and regulations and they're putting it, on their stuff. So for me, that's a benefit, because now if I pass the Vegas regulations, I'm gonna pass them anywhere else, because all they're doing is taking them. They'll change the verbiage a little bit in other places and go. So my goal for me is, man, I want to get G5 in other places. Like I said, we'll be in LA, Chicago. We're working on Arizona. We have something in Boston that we're working on. So I'm just trying to get G5 expanded across the board, man. I'm hoping when Atlanta comes open that I'm gonna be able to get something in there and go and make sure that we link with the right people. We've been pushing our brands. Right now we have Pink Mink, which is Killer Cameron's line. He's coming out with dope shit. And it took me months, man. It took me about a year and a half to get Cameron shit right. So like that just lets you know we're not putting out like no bullshit. Like I could have gave people some stuff just to give it, but no, we want it to be right. So we got that to come out. Big Baby Buds, he just came out. And if you like when we talked to Big Baby, man, he was in there working. Like it ain't no joke. I had Nokio from Drew Hill has a strain called Nokiotic, and the approach with him was mental health. You know, he was going through some things mentally, and he was telling me how the cannabis really helped him. So I was like, yo, let's talk about this. And, you know, most of our brothers don't want to talk about mental health and those things. So I thought it's a different approach. It's not the celebrity. He's a celebrity. I mean, he's got some status there. Been around Def Jam 25 years. But it was one of those things that, like, he wanted to talk about it from a different perspective. And so that's what I'm trying to bring to the game is that, like, you know, we going to kick it. We're going to have fun. We're going to have a blast. That's what we do at G5. Big parties. If you know us in Vegas, we throw big parties. But we also want to touch on the other side, and that's mental health for our people, and let them know that, you know, don't get down on your brother because you see him smoking. That smoke may release that anxiety. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Smoke may calm him the fuck down so he can get his day going. That smoke may get him to comprehend. His brain is moving so fast, he's really trying to figure out what you're saying, but you know what I'm saying? So we just trying to take it to a different level. Branding, marketing, getting our stuff out there. And we finna come compete, man. We coming for all the big boys. If you think you're a big boy, we coming for you. I promise you that. We're gonna sell the most cannabis on the West Coast in the next year or two. I promise. We coming.
Hey man, I might have to come to y'all to get my strand made. Then I might have to call y'all home.
That's right. We got Stevie Williams, Black professional. I don't know if you know him. He got DGK, been around the game a long time. So like, I just want to make sure that we really represent the culture. Like Cam was really hustling, moving work to Ohio back in the day. You know?
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Like, yeah. So like, we really want to make it to where people understand. Like DGK is dope. You know, it's a brand. It's been there for a while.
Yeah. Now you mentioned wanting to expand throughout these different cities and stuff like that. And one thing you had mentioned earlier was that that was, I think, is very true. California is like the wild, wild west right now, and not just for people of color like ourselves, but also even for folks that are in high tax brackets that got money that they can throw to make things happen. They're still even getting cut under the rug, you know, getting their legs cut from under and stuff like that. So how, as someone feel like yourself, how are you being able to adapt to this industry that is not really gathered a base yet? It's consistently shifting. There isn't really just a foothold just yet. So how do you learn how to adapt to all of those things?
So for us, man, listen, the first thing we do is, you know, I always tell people we represent the urban Black youth of America. So we always keep that focus first. And we try to make sure that we making you proud. We making Jay-Z proud. We making everybody proud. We making all of our people proud to let them know we gonna come in here and we're gonna do good, clean business, right? So like that's one of the first things for us. And then when you do that, for me, everything else seems to fall in line. We are the culture. So whatever they're doing over there, let them do. We're gonna do what we're gonna do. We're gonna handle it. You know, normally people follow the culture. So for us, it's adapting to the rules and regulations for the state. I can do certain things. I can't do certain things. But once we know the rules, you know, us as in the culture, man, we figure out how to make it work, you know, for our advantage. I mean, you know, I grew up on a block where like I was hustling. I had Freeway Ricky Ross last night on our podcast. Excuse me. And we were hustling. So for me, we're just taking a real bona fide legal hustle and we're making it to where the way we look at it, we were hustling on the corner. Now you give us our own block. Now we get to hustle legally. Man, we finna go to another level, man. We're going to turn this up. all the way to another level. So it's easy for us to adapt because long as we know their rules and what we can and cannot do, then we're going to handle our business, man. We're going to make sure we do everything the right way. We're not doing no sucker shit. I mean, we represent you. I don't want you to see me on news, CNN talking about I got busted shipping 100 pounds. No, we're not going to do that. We can ship it right to our dispensaries. We can take our time and eventually get our money up and build our money up, get more investors that look like us into G5 so we can take it and put it in Atlanta, put it in Memphis, put it in Chicago, and make it right, man. So that way we ain't got to look over our shoulder when we doing business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think, man, like you really, as my dad used to say, you can hit the hammer on the nail. I think he said that wrong. I don't know. Yeah, I was like, I don't know. He was high just like I be. I didn't realize that until I got older. I'm like, you be high when you say half of this shit now. But,
he used to smoke. He used to smoke back in the day.
Oh, he still smokes.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, my dad finally smoked with me once when I was in college, and we smoked, and he took me to a flea market. I got so high and I got lost, and this man was laughing at me the whole time because he's like, "How you get lost in the square? It's a square building. How'd you get lost?" I was like, "Fuck you and whatever the fuck you gave me to smoke. Drop me home. That's what you do."
Right. That's dope.
But I bring that up though to ask, in adapting to these times, I think that what you just said is the best way to do it, is having all those rules and regulations, knowing that, following those, and staying that course. Because like you said, once you start to spread, once you start to move, can't nobody tell you nothing. Can't nobody go, right, "Oh, we can't do this." And then you start to know who your people are, who you can kind of rely on, who you can kind of trust, because all they can really do is show you who they are. If they decide to go no, they'll show you why they're saying no, which is probably on some bullshit. Right. But I think that's the thing, especially with this type of industry, because it was illegal and so many people are still locked up because of it.
Yeah.
This is the way to be able to not only make it better for them, and then hopefully to be able to get them out with, these laws being able to change, but it shows that, we're taking something brought us down, we're doing it the right way so that we can be able to have this sitting here for years or decades to come. So I think that's the way that it really should be done, and I do applaud you for being able to go that route, because I have looked at like a lot of your stuff and I can see that this is the direction that you're going, and that's so dope to me.
Yeah. So, now we just trying to represent the culture, man, our people, man. We got, sometimes they try to put us in that bag, man, and I don't want to get caught up in that. Like, I have brothers call me like, "Hey, man, I need to holler at you." And I'll be like, "Okay, well, holler at me." They be like, "I can't talk to you on the phone." It's like, unfortunately, my brother, if you can't tell me on the phone, it ain't nothing for us to talk about. I'm not going to get caught up in that. I got too many people that pin me as a young black man, and I want to be able to give you your own strain in the future when we go to LA or wherever we at. I want to be able to call you and be like, "Yo, fam, check this out. I got 400 pounds over here. Let's, every month running out. Let me add you in this rotation." And then that way you're a part of you're a part of it. You become an owner of your own strain. You do what you want to do. You put in the other piece, and now you generate income from stuff that you make your money in your sleep. And that's how I kind of envision G5 is to be able to bring people together and make sure that it's on point. Because that's what cannabis does. It brings people together. You sit and smoke in ciphers. You know what I'm saying? I just smoked with some people that I never would have ever thought in my life that I would be sitting there talking to, especially passing a joint or
Yeah, man. I think that's, bro. That I applaud you, man. I think that's something else, man, and I'm really glad. That was one of the main reasons why I did want to have you on here. Is just because of that type of logic, like especially in these. And so, I will ask this. So, what has been some of the like setbacks if you had to give any advice to like say like an up and coming grower that is trying to move in the same footsteps as you, what advice would you give them as far as when the hard times kind of come, where there's those blows, and then even when the up time comes, how that should be handled and approached? what advice would you give?
So the very first thing you need to do is get counsel, get representation. When I first started this off, I had a young lady who was going to do my paperwork for me, and she ended up bagging out. And I had wrote an email basically saying that I would give her a percentage of the company, and by doing all the groundwork. Well, she ended up bagging out on me, and I had already wrote the email. So when I had got the license, she came back and said, "Well, he said he's gonna give me a percent." She never did the work, so that ended up costing me about $350,000 to defend myself, right? So my first thing now is to always get my paperwork in order, make sure everything is done, right? Because people are going to come for you. What I realized is that in the cannabis side, they think that everybody's just rolling and making big money. And granted, we are making good money, but the problem with that is what they don't understand is it's not like us driving to Humboldt, where back in the day you drive to Humboldt, you pay old boy, get your bags, you put them in the back trunk, and you go on back when you're going, you sell it, you get your re-up money back, and you go back up there. Well, I got a $25,000 power bill in the summer sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It's Vegas. It's 115 degrees outside. So I have payroll. I got and that's the rules that we got to play by. Payroll. I got power. I got rent. You know what I'm saying? So it's not your regular business. So we're making money, but it's not the money that we could be making if I didn't have, 10 people working for me, 25 people working for me, unemployment and all of those things. So get your money all the way up. Don't be afraid. For our people out there, don't be afraid to invest. Just make sure you do your due diligence and make sure you invest in with people that you really do trust. That's part of our problem as Black people, is that I had a lot of people who kind of looked at me like, "Yo, you gonna do that?" And then, "Nah, okay, I'm gonna pass." Well, not. And then, because I built my building from scratch, I got a 10,000 square feet, and we show you on the YouTube like how we did everything, like step by step. And it was till people start seeing those beams go up in the air that they realize, damn, he really doing it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But for us, I think for anybody coming in, make sure you got all your finances, whatever number that you think you need to have. If you think you need to have $1 million, times that times 2, and then add another $500,000 on there, right? Because there's a lot of money that you got to spend out before money actually starts to come back in. So, get your money all the way up, lawyer up, make sure you got all your attorneys, all your ducks in a row. So when you do your contracts and you do everything, that is good. That was just a lesson for me. I ended up winning the lawsuit. Thank God. I went to trial. I actually went to trial. Now I'm just waiting for the judge to tell her, get my money back now. But I did that on purpose. A lot of people was tripping me like, "Man, why you just say it?" I'm like, I'm not gonna. If I was right, when I'm right, I'm gonna go all the way. If I was wrong, I would have paid out, right? Yeah. But I feel like when you go and fight, this is sending a message to anybody else that want to send me. You owe me $350,000 too, and I'm going to collect my money some way or another. You know what I'm saying? So just letting you know, we're gonna fight over here a little bit. But that I would do, fam.
Yeah. Well, you gotta have that fighting spirit in this business, man, because they gonna I've seen it, they gonna come at you sideways. And this is definitely one of those, like you like you said, you have to have that investment mentality, because at first, like you said, like right now it's dope. But the payout is gonna be dope when you do it legally. And oh my God. Like people, that's what people like that be in this business. A lot of them don't fathom that. Like when you make yourself a staple. Yo, what up, Darren?
What's happening?
You got Darren.
Oh, there he is.
The G5, what's good, bro?
Hey, baby. Hey, listen. I'm sorry you can't smoke it, but man, listen. We got so motherfucking high last night. It was ridiculous, man.
Come on, man.
Listen, man. Hey, listen. Brother, when you was working, you did a good job, man. I'm going to go and tell you, man, you might have a green thumb, man. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate it, man.
Listen, Brody, I cannot tell you how, man, this thing it smells so good, Brody. You did a good job, fam.
Man, I appreciate it, man.
I can't wait for you to smoke, Brody.
I touched those players. Man. I touched those players.
You did that. I ain't gonna front, man. What people don't know is you really came down there and put the work in. Man, my hands smell so good by touching that thing. It smells. Bro, listen, my daughter 21, she came in and she was like, "What's that smell?" And I said, "I don't know what you gave me this. What you think about this?" And she opened it up, and that's when I sent you the video. She said, what is this? She said, so sticky, it smells so good. So we rolled one up, and it was like, all right, there it is. I was nice the whole night. So I can't wait for you to come get it, man. And we ready, man. We ready, brother. You did a good job.
Man, so for all those that aren't aware, Darren Brand has his own weed strain that was cultivated with G5. This is what he was just talking about. All of that description. This is his signature weed strain.
Absolutely.
And he grew.
He grew. So that's why I wanted to bring you back on here so y'all could just just walk me through. I'm finna continue to get high. Just tell me a story. Just walk me through
Big Baby, tell him what you did. Tell him exactly what you did. The process you went through.
So look, everybody know I post funny videos, man. It's crazy. I posted a Trap Pastor Brand video of a church song about smoking weed. Snoop Dogg posted it. G5 saw it. G5 followed me for a little bit, held me down, and reached out. He was like, "Hey man, you ever thought about having your own strain?" I'm like, "Man, I don't know if this is serious or not, but this is like a complete dream of mine. So if you serious, blah blah blah." So we chopped it up, man. Went out to Vegas, bro. Went out to the cultivation center, bro. I mean, checked in, got alcohol, cleaned up. I brought 7 of my homies. Everybody bought their tickets. We bought a villa, rented out a villa. We went, man. We went and saw the site, walked through everything. Like, it's amazing to see the process of how flowers made, man. You know, we got the whole start to beginning process, man. We went to the villa. We shot content for 2 days straight. We wrote. We shot shows. We shot skits. We went to different dispensaries and did walkthroughs and took pictures with fans and the people. Came back the last day, man. Went and got my license. Went to the cultivating center, man. Cut the mother plant. Planted it myself. Cleaned it. Trimmed it. Treated it with the chemicals. Did a whole trade. Me and my brother got my license. And it's crazy to see 4 months later, Big Baby Bud.
Hey, listen, and that's what people don't understand is in order in Vegas for him to touch the flower, he had to go get fingerprinted, get a license, get a background check. And that's one way that I feel like they kind of eliminate us as well. But Big Baby is on point. So he came in, got everything. And I wanted him to understand, like, this is your plant. This is your flower. So I want you to, you pick it. He gave us a description of what he wanted. And we had some stuff that we had popped from seeds. And so we were like, all right, let's go through. And then as it starts growing out, we had 3 or 4 plants that we had picked out for him. And then we ended up choosing one of the ones that he cloned up. So, man, I can't wait for you to smell it and smoke your shit, man. I hate that this is going on because we should be really partying today. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's all good.
Yeah.
That's, man, dude, that is, first of all, that sounds like the greatest shit ever.
Yeah.
First of all, it was such this was like if you had to put it like a math equation. First off, shout out to you, Darren, because for one, the passion to really want your strand.
Yeah.
All of that seemed like nothing to you just because you got the opportunity. Like when you heard I can have my own strand, yeah, but we got to get this. Bet. I not only am I serious, I'm finna invest being here for the time need be to get this done. That is nothing for me. I standing in line to know I have the opportunity to get this strand.
Yeah.
So commitments to you, and then going through the process of actually watching this thing grow, cloning it, making sure that like these strands, these combinations are combined, bro. Like that is just. But I'm probably having a real high moment, but
yeah,
that shit is just amazing. I'm just like picturing it in my head, and it's just crazy.
But nah, that's the surreal part about it, man. Like everybody said they want to do this, do that, but when the opportunity comes, are you prepared?
Mm-hmm.
Are you prepared? You know what I'm saying? We had 2 conversations. I'm like, bro, I don't care what it takes. I'll come out there. Let's go. And I mean, we got so many unreleased content, man. Like hilarious stories. I mean, we hit the dab. I mean, literally almost died on camera. You know what I'm saying? Like, we did that, bro. Like, I felt so bad for that lady when we checked out because I knew. I mean, we edited out the best we could, but it was bad.
Hey, so that's what people understand too is that we had Big Baby hit the dab. We made a live rosin, and so we're gonna have a live rosin coming probably in about another 30 days or so. we had so much good flour. I didn't want to get him none of the flour. So I was like, so the next run, I'll give him a quarter of the, so he can make rosin. But what I will say about Big Baby is this. My staff, Jasmine and Bree, my wife, everybody loves Big Baby, fam, because he comes and he works. Like they send him stuff to do or they ask him, and the dude works, man. That's what I love about him. We've been around some people that like, it's like pulling teeth to get them to work and do certain things. But it's like, man, he comes with just such a positive attitude, and the work ethic is just dope. And that's why we feel like that Big Baby Buds is going to be one of the best brands because he puts in the work. And it ain't phony, it ain't fake, it's real, it's genuine, it's real love with it. So that's why we love Big Baby over here at G5.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And you can actually just see that like through everything else you do though, Darren, you know, just to like, you know, me, like how you said, I like to give flowers while you here. You can see that in your work ethic, you can see that in your comedy. So I know you're gonna see that in your weed strand too. So like that's just something that you are. So it's like it doesn't surprise me just hearing that coming from you because you can see it from him. So that's just so dope. So I would have to ask Larry, since you have smoked it, what should you roll Big Baby strand in?
Well, see, here's the thing. He got his own, so everybody different that day. And it was crazy because I got my cones. I like my flat cones, but he got his own thing. So like I was just as good with my cone. But what I am gonna do is I promise you this, when I get the dab, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna mix the flour with the dab in my cone, and I'm gonna be zooted. You know what I'm saying? I already know it. I was zooted last night, to be honest with you. My daughter was like, yo, make some more, let's get some chicken fingers. I mean, we was in here, we was eating, and we had a good time.
Chicken fingers.
Yeah, she was like, "Can we make some chicken fingers now?" I mean, it was like, she was like, "Daddy, I'm hot. I'm hot."
First of all, chicken fingers are a phenomenal hot snack.
Right.
Yes. Right. You know what they are, and it's just like,
come on, man.
This
is right there. It's right there in your face.
Yeah, I'm fit to enjoy this. I chose it, and I'm glad I chose it.
Chicken tenders are so good, you don't even need barbecue sauce. If you hot enough, you'll throw some ketchup on that shit and be just fine.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, no, we had a good time, man. We had a good time, so it was dope. You gonna love it though, bro. But he got his own style, man. That's what I loved about them when they came. And I was telling you before we came on, man, like them motherfuckers are hilarious, man. And you get all of them in the room. He got a crew that's just like, they were hilarious, fam. I mean, non-stop laughter. It was just a great time, man. Great energy, great vibe with them.
Oh yeah. I can only imagine, bro. I can just see their energy, like I said, from the first show with Wake and Bake. But I'll ask you, Darren, too, as well. Like, what when you get your strand, what are you gonna be smoking in it? What you rolling in?
Man, I'm putting it in the Dutch Master. I'm putting it in the Game Diamond, Game Silver, Swisher Diamond. I might put it in the wood. I might, man. You know, I'm probably gonna put it in every type just because I want to feel it every type of way.
Yeah. I might have to go with the wood myself, man. I might have to do a backwood. The honey bourbon. I might have to do the honey bourbon backwood for yours.
Well, I got to do something without no flavor, man, because I really want to taste it. I really want to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
You know what? That Swisher Diamond. Don't be no man. That'll probably be a good one to taste that flavor and test it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give Swisher that one, man. But thank y'all so much for coming in for this Behind the Herb segment, man. I just want to thank Larry, G5 Cultivations, man.
G5.
Before we get out of here, I just want to make sure y'all shout out, of course, you know, like where we can find y'all if people want to, you know, get invested with y'all, learn some more information. Where can they find y'all?
Man, you know, Darren Brand on IG, DARRENBRAND_ DarrenBrand.com for my YouTube content, merch, Wake and Bake Nation shirt on sale, $4.20 today. Show love. G5.
So we're at G5 Cultivation. That's GFIVE, cultivation spelled out. So G5 Cultivation. My personal is the boss, LRSM, on Instagram. and show some love. Like you said, we got a YouTube is selling marijuana legally. Check that out. You can see from the very beginning of what we started. We took the camera out, and we had dirt in the building. I mean, dirt on our lot, and built it up to a 10,000 square foot facility. So thank y'all for having me too, man. We really appreciate it.
For sure, man. We're so happy to have y'all on here. Like we said, y'all stay tuned. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and coming up next, get your weed luggage ready because it's time for that jet life. Currency is about to hop on. He's about to smoke with a whole bunch of his smoking friends. You do not want to miss this. Currency is coming on. For those that are hop in, again, make sure you check out the expo. Go buy that Big Baby Wake and Bake merch. Go buy the All Def Con merch. Make sure you check out G5. Hit the networking tab. Talk to each other, man. Get this weed industry cultivation community culture, started. I'm high. Don't try to focus on what I'm saying. But we are gonna get back in about 15 minutes. So see y'all soon. This is All Def Con 420.
Gang, gang.
Peace.